Hi, beautiful ones. It's Catherine here, the Infinite Woman, and welcome to the 5 day mini mind of your richer life. Because life gets richer the less you prove. So, my intentions for the next 5 days is not to teach more information. You can have plenty of information online. You've got AI, Google, there's mountains of information. So, my purpose is to help you to be able to see where you are and where you want to go. So, your current reality to your desired reality in 5 days, and to maybe see yourself in some of my clients and my own personal story. So, when you see the pattern that's been unconsciously running your life, you can't unsee it. And that's the purpose of this 5 day mini mind. It's more of a training to be able to see so you can see your own patterns. And if you've tried something over and over again and you still are not doing the thing. So we were going over a bridge, and so the awareness of the things that I am sharing with you create the choice, and the choice creates the freedom, and freedom creates the new life. So for these next 5 days, I'm gently leading you to, oh my goodness, that's what I've been doing. And that's what I do in the reveal when I help women to be able to, I feel like my magic is being a pattern resolver to see what the underlying pattern is and to be able to clean that up. So where you are, where you want to be, the gap is closed. And that's the moment everything changes. And so all the women on here, all of you, has a vision and is a creator. And so you know that more is available for you. You want a more meaningful life. You want deeper connection. You want to feel more present with your children. You want financial freedom. And you're sick of people talking about motivation because I know as a woman, like we don't want to be working hard and grinding. Like we want to have spaciousness. And there is a time and place for both. So my intention is I see what is keeps pulling you back to safety. And the mini mind is about revealing your hidden pattern. So we're ready for day one. So day one is she sees. And I have a process that I have worked to be able to quantum leap my own life from Miss McLeod, the teacher, working full time with special needs children, leading, working so hard with 3 children who had so many sporting events. I was burnt out, I was exhausted, and I did make a 6 figure income. I was doing really well financially, but then at the end of each fortnight, I couldn't see any more money. Wasn't even any left. So these are the 4 problems that I feel like I solve in women, and I do for myself, and it's ongoing as well. So with She Sees, to be able to see if this is even for you. If it's not, log off and go and have a look at something else. But if you have any of these things that I've experienced and I maybe can help you with, then these are the things. So, first of all, is awareness. And so it's helping women to understand which pattern is unconscious, quietly shaping every area of your life. So these are the 4 areas that we're going to explore. So the first one is you hate your work. Your work, maybe you liked it in the beginning, but it's tiring, it's boring, it's training you, and it's not something that lights you up, and it's something that you would really love to do, something that's more aligned with who you are now. And so this part of the symptom is this of women that I work with that hate their work is they might drink after work, distract themselves, scrolling continuously, eating junk, So it's a way to fill that void because that void is not lighting them up. So your life's work is very important. If you're not doing things that light you up and you wake up and go, I can't wait to do this, and it's bringing me so much joy, your very precious life is not the full expression of who you are. So that is the first one is maybe in a transition, you have a job that you don't like and you like something else. The second area is in parenting, and sometimes it's being triggered by your children continuously, and you feel torn about doing the work that you love, wanting to get better, wanting to get ahead, and you feel torn because you feel like your children are getting in the way somehow. But you realize that you're doing it for them. And this is the paradox that I find happens with my clients is that they love their family so intimately, but they're finding the time for themselves and they feel absolutely torn. And so it's a way of being able to structure your life so that you have both present time for your children and time for you. And that's what the Infinite Woman is all about, doing things for yourself, others, and the world. And so it's about neutralizing that trigger so that you can be more present and, even if your child is having a meltdown, a tantrum, you're able to be the calm in the storm, the safe person they come to. And the next one, the third one is, and so a byproduct of the pattern is you keep doing the same thing over again. You snap at the children. You're like, why did I do that? I don't want to do that. But it's a symptom of not being in having enough time and space to do the things that you love because you haven't structured that in. You've made everything a big mess. And so the next one is your husband. You love him so dearly. He supports you. He loves you. But you are a kind and you are a woman that keeps the peace. Sometimes you feel like you're stepping on eggshells. You do so much, but you don't, you make these assumptions that you think that he doesn't understand how much you do, and you have like this quiet in the background resentment because you do so much, but he doesn't understand it, and you don't haven't communicated it because the number one fear is you have a fear of being alone and you don't want to say anything because it might rupture the relationship, might create conflict. You might hate conflict, confrontation, and so these things that are underlying, they simmer and then you might explode because you know you feel like you can't speak up because you're afraid of the ramification of if you did speak up it might result in something you didn't like. And so the symptom of that is you just keep being quiet, and underneath it all you're making up these assumptions that like he doesn't get me, he doesn't understand me. I'm doing everything, and then it doesn't feel good, and then you're apart and you're disconnected, and your relationship can even break up if there isn't open, honest communication. And the fourth one is money, is like you make good income. However, you when it comes in, it goes out just as quickly. So you get very excited about spending money. You love money. However, you're like, why aren't I good a money manager? Why aren't I really good at investing and organizing so I can have that freedom? And these are all patterns that we're going to talk about over these 5 days. So these patterns are and so the goal isn't to fix anyone. You don't need fixing. You're amazing. And, there's nothing wrong with you. It's to simply notice. So she sees about having a vision where you want to go and noticing the patterns underlying. And so what I'm going to do for these 5 days is give you some prompts. You can share them with me privately, your answers, and I can reply, or you can put them in the chat. So these are the questions that we're going to ask. And each of these 5 days, when you do the work, you'll feel the momentum and you'll see your life begin to change. Because when you understand these patterns, that's when you can shift them and change them. So the first with She Sees is to ask, where do you keep repeating the same experience? And I've discussed those four areas because these were the four areas that I found most difficult. That I was like, why am I keep doing that? I've done all the personal development in the world. I've done all the spiritual work, the meditations, the, you know, I did transcendental meditation. I did all the courses, The Secret. I had coaches, and I'm like, I still keep repeating these patterns. Not to say I'm perfect and to say that they still can happen, but definitely not at the frequency they used to. They used to be my whole life, and now they just happen intermittently. And then I can repair that rupture because I notice it. So, where do you keep repeating the same experience? So, in your job. You just put up with having a job that you don't even like. In your relationship with your children, that you snap at them, or it could be even your co-workers or people in your life that you snap at reactively, because reactivity is holds the key to the patterns. And in with your relationship with your partner, like, are you keeping the peace? Are you not speaking up? So this is part of a pattern. And with the money is actually just spending it all and not having anything left at the fortnight. So these are patterns that I notice in my clients, and they will not stop unless you see it and you resolve it and then you are acting differently. But it's the unconscious agreements you have with yourself that that's who you are as a person. So the second question is, what do you keep promising yourself will change? So you promise yourself that you will find a new job, you will get new work, you'll have, great relationships with those. You won't snap at them. You will talk to them in an open and beautiful way. You will be courageous and dream with your husband and be open and honest. And with money, you'll be a great money manager and you will invest and grow it because you want financial freedom. And so the last one is, where do you feel stuck despite wanting something different? So what areas in your life do you feel stuck? And the thing is, you can't change what you cannot see. And so this 5 days is allowing you to be able to reveal what patterns are in the way of you actually changing your situation finally. Because I might share things that you'll go, oh my goodness. Once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. And when you can, that's when you can shift it. So that was day one of She Sees on your richer life. The less you prove, the richer your life. Thank you so much. And I'm putting the prompt in the chat. I'd love you to play along or send it to me. And yeah, let's shift these patterns so you can have the richer life. Love you. Bye.